have we detected the Omicron variant here in the United States yet?
No, we have not, George, and we have a pretty good surveillance system. But as we all know, when you have a virus that has already gone to multiple countries, inevitably it will be here. The question is, will we be prepared for it? And the preparation that we have ongoing for what we're doing now with the Delta variant just needs to be revved up. And that's the bottom line of that, is the preparation by getting more and more people vaccinated and getting the fully vaccinated boosted. That's what we can be doing. But we are on the lookout for this. The CDC has a good surveillance system. So if and when, and it's going to be when it comes here, hopefully we will be ready for it by enhancing our capabilities via the vaccine, masking, all the things that we do and should be doing.
But this variant is a reminder for all of us that this pandemic is far from over. We must continue to act with caution and do all we can to keep this virus at bay, including, once you are eligible, getting your booster shot. We've already given over 16 million booster shots. The booster jab was already important before we knew about this variant, but now it could not be more important. So please, if you are eligible, get your booster shot. Do not delay.
With a new variant upon us, the government are indulging in their favourite pastime, being seen to do something, window dressing. We are covering our faces so that they can cover their arses. We've spent almost 2 years on an expensive and damaging roller coaster powered by debatable science. Why does freedom-loving Florida have a lower per capita death rate from COVID than lockdown-loving California? No one will answer that question because there is no answer. Virus gonna virus. Now we're being softened up for more of these questionable measures. This new variant with the fancy name of Omicron has all the makings of an Omicon and an omni-shambles. With the vulnerable and anyone else who wants it triple jabbed, it's time to restore personal choice and individual judgment of risk, and we must all learn to live with this virus. Now, of course, we must follow the law at all times, absolutely. But now's the time to make your voices heard, peacefully and democratically, via platforms like this brand new television network, GB News. Chris Whitty said this week that he feared people will no longer comply with future measures. And who could blame them? The cruel irony is that we comply to make this end, but our compliance means it never will.
Omicron, from what we've heard Sajid Javid saying in the House of Commons, they're gonna use the old Omicron variant just to make the relationship even more abusive. Is that your sense of it?
My growing cynicism about it, Mark, is that there was a crushing inevitability that we would end up in the run up to Christmas. I think especially there was a crushing inevitability that there would be some kind of complication that would throw everyone, throw Christmas into doubt. And here we have another variant. And I think the population, I'm sure that the majority of the population are just at the very least confused now by what's going on. As I understand it, with a virus, you would expect a coronavirus to mutate, to change as it goes along, because ideally a virus wishes to live peaceably in its habitat, which is to say within the human body. And over time will mutate to become something that it might be more transmissible, but is less dangerous, such that it ultimately ends up being something broadly comparable to the common cold, which is endemic and lives with us and doesn't cause us too much trouble. But my cynicism detectors are shivering with these hysterical headlines about this variant being touted as deadly, being a particular threat to people. I despair, and I've mentioned before that we're in what I would regard as a version of an abusive relationship with our government. And I think we are just being deliberately manipulated, troubled, made anxious, because a troubled and anxious population is liable to seek help, wherever it can find it. And if the government then comes forward and says, relax, we can now provide the solution to the problem, many people will leap at that opportunity. But my cynicism is in the red now.